Greetings, folks, and welcome to Vinyl Therapy Sessions, May 17th, 2022. I am your host, Coco Smooth, and today, as the thumbnail already shows, this is a special Funko Pop haul. Mostly because, well, for sentimental reasons, right? I was gifted uh, a bunch of Funkos by my frat bro, Young Jeep. Thank you so much uh, for sending me this stack. Um, it means a lot. So yeah, let's on with it. So a couple of classics here, right? Um, there's a little bit of a story on some of these things, and some I won't have no story for. It's just it's just whatever. So I imagine it's random buys and stuff. So we'll go with the random stuff for now. Okay, so I get the Punisher Thunderbolts edition. Um, at first I didn't understand where this was coming from, but Jeep knows me to know that I love the Thunderbolts. And while this is not quite the version of the Thunderbolts I care for, it's still the Thunderbolts. And Frank Castle's pretty dope. And the other sentiment that I can think of is that we are both fans of the Black and Reds. I guess it's Michael Jordan, you know what I'm saying? Well, yeah, you know what I'm saying? Too much red and black. That's how I roll. Let's see. Speaking of more red and black, the Imperial Guard classic Walgreens exclusive. Now, this is a classic Star Wars Funko Pop. You could tell the blue box. Anytime you see the blues, it's old school Star Wars. So yeah, and yeah, I imagine that he liked this thing simply because, Michael Jordan red and black like me. What up, blood? This I can't explain other than it looks good. Reese, I can see the appeal why he, if there was anything cool, it's just like, dude, homeboy got his hieroglyphic third eye. So yeah, Reese looks is pretty gangster. I really enjoyed a lot of the characters that came out in Return of the Jedi back in the day. Man, I wanted the toys of every single one. Those Kenner toys back in the day of every single alien in that gosh damn Return of the Jedi Jabba the Hutt palace because I wanted to, all those varieties just so dope when I was a kid. I wonder if kids nowadays, when they watch Star Wars, they get that same exact feeling when they see aliens, the aliens that come out in, those uh, parts of the, you know, Star Wars anything. But back then, yeah, I was just so fascinated. I was like, yeah, dude, look, this thing looks so cool. I want toys of these bad boys. And well, since I can't collect, well, I guess I could, but I don't have room for none of those Star Wars. I just couldn't. I could not collect all of that. Just too much to collect. Shoot, Funko Pop's already kind of problem. Look, yeah, Boba Fett prototype. I imagine he thought this would be a good investment. Also, a blue label. And I don't blame him in that thought because Boba Fett's a pretty popular character and it's a good look. Prototype too. Um, we all knew that back in the 70s or 80s when Empire Strike Back toys came out that the Boba Fett prototype was kind of like a big deal. I don't think, well, the Boba Fett action figure with a missile launcher was a big deal. So just in general, growing up, even in the 90s, Boba Fett action figures that came out from the Force, Power of the Force line, we were just kind of all over. So, yeah, I could see why he would have picked this one up. Plus, it's a good look, classic teddy bear body, you know. Um, yeah, all white, classic. Um, this my explanation, other than it being a good looking pop too, in general. But you'll notice that it went black label, Um, has to be because it's a Walgreens exclusive. He must love to shop at gosh damn Walgreens. I can't say I blame him. You know what I mean? It's a good look, I guess, for exclusives. I should have I've only been able to get like Blade, I believe, in that situation. No, no, actually, I didn't get Blade. Somebody gave me Blade. Brandon did. Thank you, Brandon. No, I don't. I don't shop at Walgreens enough to find anything, you know, that I want. So yeah, all Walgreens exclusive except for reuse over there. But speaking of more Walgreens exclusive, yeah, you can't really go wrong with Black Spider-Man, right? Black suit Spider-Man, classic. Uh, Before they realized it was the Venom suit, and it's glow in the dark now. I imagine it's the white that glows in the dark, but the truth is I haven't really tested it. So yeah, either way, you can't really go wrong with a classic black suit Spider-Man in general, right? So yeah, there we go. Have them next to Thunderbolts. And next is when things go a little bit more sentimental, right? But one last one that wasn't so sentimental for me. Kevin Owens, WWF star, I imagine. I'm not gonna lie, I stopped following wrestling pretty much after the Attitude Era. Yeah, Bret Hart's the only person that I would recognize really from here. Other all the names I remember, I see because I see it on social media all the time. But I can't tell you that I watched anything that these guys did at all, except for the best there is, the best there was, and the best that ever will be. Bret Hart, right? So yeah, this is one of those that I imagine that he like he might Brother GP is all about wrestling, and he still follows it to this day. So I can see the appeal for him for this, but at the same time, he's not much of a. The good news about my brother is that he's not a slave to being a completionist on anything, kind of like myself. All right, so oh boy, here we go, and this is where it gets sentimental. HBK, the Heartbreak Kid, Shawn Michaels. Um, while we were watching wrestling, we were watching at a time when HBK was injured, and actually, yeah, we saw him, like slightly before DX, the original DX broke up. Well, it didn't even broke up. It's just Shawn Michaels got injured, so he had to go away, and Triple H took over with X Pac and freaking the New Age Outlaws to form the new DX. And yeah, we had an appreciation for HBK because we saw him on the rise, and me and Jeep would talk about how him and Bret Hart, we were watching them rise, their careers rise, so we had soft spots for these guys, right? Um, and we were watching The Rock and Austin pretty much become uh, on the have get in the rise too, starting from where they were at, and it was just a beautiful sight to see those guys, all on the rise. Yeah, great times in the Attitude Era and the NWO conflict thing, all of it. It was wrestling was at its peak, if you ask me, during that time frame when the two large companies were just swinging, slugfesting it out for attention, right? And then ultimately, uh, WCW folded and Ted Ted Turner sold to Vince McMahon. And next, Deadpool DP. This guy was our guy. Not only because of the theme of blood and the blood colors, red, black, because he was Deadpool. He was a wacky character, and man, I tell you, before he became popular in the mainstream, me and Jeep were huge Deadpool fans. We followed him in the '90s when Joe Kelly was the one writing this stuff. Yeah, I mean, as much as we like to give credit to Rob Liefeld for creating DP, right, in the first place, Joe Kelly brought was the one that actually entered, it made him fun, made him, the DP that we know now. So yeah, uh, people didn't understand us because we were the only real kind of guys that collected comics back then, or was at least reading comics back in the day. So yeah, um, our one of our main connections is Wade Wilson, DP, and yeah, this is one of the first Deadpool's, I guess. Pretty excited to have it in my collection, really. Okay, Thank you. Thank you. And last but not least, man, oh man, my boy knows me all too well. Taskmaster, favorite character. He is simply amazing. We both, post college when I got finished, he was. I picked up the series back in the early 2000s, his mini series where he was done by oh my gosh, the name escapes me at the moment, but it was the guys who did very manga style art. Udon, yeah, the Udon clan that was doing this stuff, and dude, it was best. Gail Simone's writing was awesome. I loved it for the Taskmaster series and the Deadpool series, and yeah. Taskmaster's always been kind of my guy. I always had a soft spot for him. The moment I saw Taskmaster, he was like one of my favorite guys because he reminded me so much of Skeletor. So yeah, again, I did promise you my viewership that I was going to do a Taskmaster special, and I promise you I will, because now I got both right. And Jeep, thank you for completing my Taskmaster pop collection. um I'm going to do a tribute to Taskmaster, even though it was done raw and wrong by the MCU. Anyways, all right, folks, that is all I got for this segment of Vinyl Therapy Sessions. I am your host, Coco Smooth. And, until next video. And before I say all that, actually, um, thank you, Jeep. Thank you so much, little bro. I couldn't ask for a better, little bro to help me out with these, things. And, you know, glad that me and you can talk shop so often when it comes to these things, bro. I appreciate you and I love you, man. Thank you. And oh yeah, until next video, folks. Ciao.